Sauti said, "The son of Gavalgana, having in this manner administered comfort to the royal Dhritarashtra, overwhelmed with grief for his sons, then restored his mind to peace. Taking all these facts for his subject, Dvaipayana composed a holy Upanishad that has been published to the world by learned and sacred bards in the Puranas composed by them. The study of Bharata is an act of piety. He that reads even 1 foot with belief has his sins entirely purged away. Herein, Devas, Devarshis, and immaculate Brahmarshis of good deeds have been spoken of, and likewise Yakshas and great Uragas. Herein also has been described the eternal Vasudeva, possessing of 6 attributes. He is the true and just, the pure and holy, the eternal Brahma, the supreme soul, the true constant light, whose divine deeds wise and learned recount, from whom has proceeded the non-existent and existent non-existent universe, with principles of generation and progression and birth, death, and rebirth. That also has been treated, of which is called Adhyatma, the superintending spirit of nature, that partakes of the attributes of the 5 elements. That also has been described, who is Purusha, being above such epithets as undisplayed, and the like. Also that which the foremost yatis, exempt from the common destiny, and endued with the power of meditation and tapas, behold dwelling in their hearts as a reflected image in the mirror. The person of faith, devoted to piety and constant in the exercise of virtue, on reading this section is freed from sin. The one with Shraddha that constantly hears recited this section of Bharata, called the introduction, from the beginning, falls not into difficulties. The one repeating any part of the introduction in the 2 twilights is, during such act, freed from the sins contracted during the day or the night. This section, the body of Bharata, is truth and nectar, as butter in curd, Brahmana among bipeds, the Aranyaka among the Vedas, and nectar among medicines. As the sea is eminent among receptacles of water, and the cow among quadrupeds, as are these among the things mentioned, so is the Bharata said to be among histories. He that causes it, even a single foot thereof, to be recited to Brahmana during a Shraddha, his offerings of food and drink to the manes of his ancestors become inexhaustible. By the aid of history and Puranas, the Veda may be expounded, but the Veda is afraid of one of little information, lest he should it. The learned man who recites to other this Veda of Vyasa reaps advantage. It may without doubt destroy even the sin of killing the embryo and the like. He that reads this holy chapter of the moon reads the whole of the Bharata, I ween. The one who, with reverence, daily listens to this sacred work acquires long life and renown and ascends to heaven. In former days, having placed the 4 Vedas on one side and the Bharata on the other, these were weighed in the balance by the celestials assembled for that purpose. And as the latter weighed heavier than the 4 Vedas with their mysteries from that period, it has been called in the world Mahabharata, being esteemed superior both in substance and gravity of import. It is denominated Mahabharata on account of such substance and gravity of import. The one who knows its meaning is saved from all sins. Tapa is innocent, stir is harmless. The ordinance of the Vedas, prescribed for all, are harmless. The acquisition of wealth by exertion is harmless, but when they are abused in their practices, it is then that they become sources of evil.